Hi guys, I'm Freddie here at Winifred's Wardrobe. I forgot what my channel was called briefly, but I am back coming at you with another sewing video. So today it is a how not to sew something video, and I have a feeling that these are going to be pretty popular on my channel, and popular in this case means frequent because I make very frequent mistakes. So today I am going to show you guys how not to sew a pair of bloomers. So these are going to be more like Lolita-esque bloomers instead of the actual historical bloomers with the open crotch seam. These are going to be basically ruffly shorts to wear underneath my skirt so that I feel more comfortable. So that's what these are going to be. I'm going to be making them out of this cotton fabric I got at Joann's. It's very soft, very nice. I love the floral print. It's very pretty. I got 2 yards of this fabric. You can get 1 depending on your measurements, but I kind of figured I'd be messing up at some point, so I got 2 just in case. And yeah, so I hand drafted the pattern. It's really easy. I'll actually be showing you guys the math here in a bit. But aside from that, you will need elastic. Which size you want depends on you. I'm going with, I think it's an inch because it's what I have on hand. And then I also have 1/2 inch that I'll be using for a second pair later on. And a safety pin or one of those like ribbon threaders to go through the channels. So yeah, so that's what this video is about, how not to make a pair of bloomers. And in case it wasn't obvious, I have actually already made the bloomers. They do not turn out how I want them to turn out, but I will save that for the final thoughts of this project. Please excuse the hand. My dog got into a fight yesterday and the other dog bit me and battle scars. But you won't see this in any of the flashback video because this happened yesterday and the bloomers were made like last week. So that's what that's about. So without further ado, please enjoy voiceover Freddie taking over for me. And that's a wrap. Before we start sewing, we need a pattern, so let's take some measurements. First, you'll need a waist measurement, and then decide how long you want the bloomers to be from your waist. This next measurement is pretty awkward, but we need to know the depth of the crotch seam. I decided to measure the front depth and the back depth separately, but you can just do the whole depth and just half that measurement and you'll be fine. This last measurement I didn't end up using, but I also took the circumference of where I wanted the bloomers to end on my thigh. Now, take your waist measurement and divide by 2. Add your ease to each measurement. I did 1.5 for the depth and 8 inches for the whole waist just to make the waistband a little bit more full, and then I added 3 inches on the length for seam allowances, since the original plan was to add a ruffled hem. With our finished measurements, we can make our pattern. My terrible square represents 2 pieces of fabric. The left side will be the front and the right will be the back. Starting from the front, you'll make a curve measuring the front crotch depth. Do the same on the back with the back crotch depth. Make sure to leave enough fabric between these semicircles to equal your finished waistband measurement. Then measure down from the lower semicircle edge to the length of the bloomers. Do the same for the other side and connect. Your finished pattern should look a little like this. It's kind of hard to see on the fabric, so feel free to look back at the terrible drawing for reference. Pin your pieces together so that they don't shift during cutting, and cut out your pieces. If you want to mess up, that is. If you don't want to mess up, I suggest my other bloomer video. Otherwise, it's off to the sewing machine. Lay your pieces right sides together and pin both semicircles. It is this exact moment that I realized I doomed this project. I didn't add seam allowance. But what the heck, let's make them anyway. Next, pin together the points created by the semicircles. This will create leg holes. While pinning, I realized yet another mistake. I didn't account for the difference of the front and back depths, so one side is much longer than the other. I decided just to cut off the excess and sew that point up and hope for the best. So I decided to finish this seam with a zigzag stitch to prevent fraying. Why didn't I do this on the other seams? I have absolutely no idea, but we're just going with it at this point. Moving on to the waistband, cut an elastic strip the length of your actual waist measurement, so the very first measurement without any additives. Set that aside and move on to the waist of the bloomers. Fold the top edge under just 1/4 of an inch. And then fold the fabric over the elastic. Try to get the fabric as snug as possible over the elastic and then find the measurement of that fold. You're going to take this measurement and start pinning this all around the waist so that we have a channel to smush that elastic through. You're going to want to leave a small opening so you can feed the elastic through, and go ahead and sew that. Using a safety pin, I fed the elastic through and sewed up the elastic channel opening. With things not going how they planned, I no longer had enough fabric for the ruffles, so instead I just hemmed the legs, and with that, the bad bloomers are done. I am really surprised these even remotely fit. They are a little bit short, but they're still wearable under some shorter skirts, which is nice, and they're nice and roomy. They're also pretty cool, which I really enjoy in the hot summers here in Indy. So all in all, not too bad. It was definitely a learning experience. If you attempt any similar learning experiences, please feel free to let me know down in the comments section. And without further ado, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day!